Dr. Shabir, welcome to Let the Quran Speak.
Pleasure to be on.
We are continuing our series on heroic figures in Islamic history, Dr. Shabir, and now we are looking at Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr was the first caliph of Islam. He was also one of the very first early Muslims and one of the supporters of the Prophet Muhammad. So let's talk about Abu Bakr.
Yeah, Abu Bakr is the topmost in this community of Muslims, starting from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, all the way down. It is said that his faith was so great that if we were to put his faith on one side of a balance and put the rest of the community's faith on the other side, Abu Bakr would outweigh it. But that's just a way of saying that Abu Bakr had great faith. Mm-hmm. He is known as al-Siddiq, which means the one who confirms what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said. I mean, the term itself means one who gives the truth to. And in this context, it's the one who believed in the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And of course, the Prophet, peace be upon him, also loved Abu Bakr and Abu Bakr's family, and eventually would marry the daughter of Abu Bakr, Aisha, the mother of the believers. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. So in the early days, when the Prophet, peace be upon him, had only few followers, Abu Bakr was one of the first. So there are varying reports about, Khadija, we already said it was the first Muslim. But outside of his household, there is Abu Bakr. It is also said that Ali was one of the first to believe in the Prophet, peace be upon him. He was the cousin of the Prophet, a younger person, and the Prophet grew up in the home of Abu Talib, the father of Ali. So Ali must have been privy to the Prophet's message very early on. But at that time, Ali was a boy and Abu Bakr was a man. So he's remembered as the first adult Muslim outside of the household of the Prophet, peace be upon him, to have believed in him.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Shabir, sometimes in your life, you're blessed with one person who, is not part of your family, but believes in you completely, and just supports you in every way. And I feel like Abu Bakr was that person for the Prophet Muhammad. If the Prophet said something, yes, let's do it right away,
Yes. So it is related that when the Prophet, peace be upon him, had his experience of al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, the night journey and ascension, and he related his story, many just disbelieved in him and, dismissed his story. But when Abu Bakr heard his story, he said right away, I believe it. Mm-hmm. And why shouldn't I? He says that revelations come to him, at any hour of the day or night from above seven heavens. And I believe that. What's so hard about believing that he had this experience? So this is when the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, you are a Siddiq, the one who confirms the truth. Now, the Prophet lived many difficult years in Mecca, and in those years, he and his followers were persecuted. On one occasion, Abu Bakr himself was beaten senseless, and he remained unconscious, it is related, for a couple of days. Mm-hmm. And when he awoke from his consciousness, his first words were, it is reported, how is the Prophet? He wanted to know about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So his concern and love for the Prophet, peace be upon him, was unwavering. The Prophet had to leave his hometown of Mecca. He left during the night while his persecutors were waiting to slay him in the morning. But he slipped by them, and it was a difficult journey. And the person who accompanied him on this journey is Abu Bakr. Mm-hmm. And mention is made of this in the Quran in the 9th chapter and the 40th verse, where it says that, God is with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And in fact, Abu Bakr, when he said to his companion, إِذْ قَالَ لِصَاحِبِهِ لَا تَحْزَنْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَنَا. When he said to his companion, as they were in the cave, don't be afraid, God is with us. So the narratives about this say that they were huddling in a cave, and the persecutors came very close to the cave, and somehow miraculously they didn't notice the Prophet and Abu Bakr there. So Abu Bakr was there with the Prophet, peace be upon him. In fact, it got to be reported in books of hadith that the Muslims remembered that it would always be mentioned that the Prophet, peace be upon him, was there with Abu Bakr and sometimes with Umar as well, So the Prophet and Abu Bakr and Omar, the Prophet and Abu Bakr and Omar, they came, they went, they did this or did that. So they were very close together. It is mentioned that on one occasion, the Prophet, peace be upon him, was standing on a mountain, and the mountain was shaking. And he addressed the mountain, saying that you shouldn't shake, because on you is a prophet and a Siddiq and a martyr, referring to Omar. So these narratives in the memories of Muslims indicate the closeness of Abu Bakr with the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the love that they had for each other.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Dr. Shabir, Abu Bakr was very important in terms of the way that he shaped Islamic society, right, and how he contributed towards it. One important thing that he did was that he freed a lot of slaves. And one of them was Bilal, who became the mu'adhin, right? So he was very instrumental in that respect.
Yes, he was very charitable, very generous, and I mentioned that journey that in the hijrah, the migration that he made along with the Prophet, peace be upon him, to escape that period of persecution and that place of persecution. So even then, he had to take whatever provisions he had left, and his father was not a Muslim, Abu Quhafa, Abu Bakr had to satisfy him that he's still leaving some provisions for his daughters. And so Abu Bakr left in those difficult circumstances with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, continuing to support the Prophet. Now, coming to the life in the new city of Medina after the migration, there too, Abu Bakr was very supportive, so much so that when the Prophet, peace be upon him, fell into his last illness, it was Abu Bakr that he directed to lead the prayer on his behalf, because the Prophet normally would have led the prayer in his good health. Now Abu Bakr was taking that position. This came to be seen by many Muslims later on as an indication that perhaps the Prophet, peace be upon him, wanted Abu Bakr to take on the reign of leadership after the Prophet, peace be upon him. But to be sure, the Prophet had not specifically designated anyone to be a caliph after him. Some people remembered that Ali radiallahu anh had a very important and prominent position in the life of the Prophet, peace be upon him. And so the community split later on the question of whether it should have been Abu Bakr or Ali. But at the time, it seems that while Ali was busy with the final arrangements dealing with the funeral for the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, some Muslims had gathered in a hall called the Thaqifa of Bani Sa'ada, and they were going to decide on leader from among the people of Medina. That is when Omar took Abu Bakr with him to the hall and announced to the people that nobody is going to accept the leader to unify everyone unless he comes from the tribe of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And so for practical reasons, Abu Bakr was suggested to be the first caliph, and the oath of fealty was put in his hands. People came and they pledged their allegiance to him. And so the matter was decided by a sort of a popular vote, but given the rudimentary system of voting that would have been known at the time, not by a written ballot, but by placing one's palm in the hand of the projected leader. That was a way of, in a way, counting the votes even in a rough manner. So by popular acclaim, Abu Bakr then became the caliph, and it was a difficult couple of years for him during his caliphate because many tribes who had joined the confederacy of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, were now breaking away, some refusing to pay the zakat that they used to pay. So Abu Bakr had the difficult job of consolidating all of these various tribes and keeping the Islamic frontiers in good order.
And Dr. Shabir, he passed away very quickly after 2 years, but he was very beloved by the people. So much so that they were extremely sad when he passed away.
And he is beloved to this day.
Yes, he was very kind and generous, and people understood him to be that way.
We all love him.
Thank you, Dr. Shabir.
You're welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
We have some exciting news to share with you.
As you know, Let the Quran Speak has been on TV screens and social media for 22 years.
We've been reaching people all around the world, spreading positivity and good, and helping people experience the beauty of Islam and the accomplishments of Muslims.
We've been shooting in this very space for the past 2 decades.
And now, with the help of Allah, we're about to get the keys to Muslim Media Hub.
If you like what we're doing, you're gonna love Muslim Media Hub even more.
Because it's the next step up.
Think new TV shows, podcasts, social media content, and film.
It will have new talent, more youth, and a lot more space and resources to do what we love. Spread the message of Allah.
Our Muslim Media Hub costs $2.4 million.
And for that, we need to raise $300,000. Please give whatever you can. Every dollar counts.
It's our collective responsibility to share the message of Islam with our fellow human beings. Please help establish Muslim Media Hub so we can do this.
It's a sadaqah jariyah, something that will continue to be of benefit to the Muslim community long after we are gone.
Thank you, and may Allah bless you and your loved ones today and always.
Assalamu alaikum.